What's up with y'all, man? I'm gonna show y'all one of my biggest secrets today. You want a big secret? You need to stay tuned to this. Today, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to find the absolute best swing trades for free. Did you say for free? I said for free, brother. You heard me right. Let's get into it. Okay, so instead of looking at TradingView today, we're looking at a website called FinViz. This is probably one of my favorite go-to websites. It's free. They have a paid version of it. Don't really need that because we're looking for swings, we're looking for leaps, and this is like the best way to do it. So when I come on here, what I look for, normally I don't like to trade anything smaller than a large cap company, but I'm looking for large caps. I'm looking for things that have a price that's below or above the 200 moving average, depending on what direction I'm looking for, which I normally just look for both. And then I'll find companies that I'm familiar with. I never trade a company I know nothing about as far as like a swing trade, because just don't want to dive into that unless you're willing to learn about that company, then that's different. And then after that, I'm looking for whether the RSI is overbought or oversold. Last thing I want to add in there is make sure that it's optionable, because I trade options. Bam. So that's going to give you a nice little 3-page list. Then what you do, you just come through here and you find companies that you're familiar with. Citibank, I'm familiar with. So let's open up Citibank and they'll show you this light colored line is a 200. Okay. So Citibank is in a trend right now. So we bounced from a low and we coming back up to that 200 moving average. I want to say that's the day chart, so let's pull that up on a day chart. Let's go to C. This is just the work you got to put into it, you know. Finding a good swing is like a real special situation. So I can already see the trend line right here. You don't have to necessarily trust in it, but always follow your trend lines, man. Always follow your trend lines. So if it get rejected from here, in the next 2 days, 3 days, I'll come back and check. If it get rejected, then you just wait for your signals. So here we looking for bam. This is like literally the only indicator that I use that doesn't auto adjust. I don't know why, but it's whatever. So boom, right here you see you cross over your 200. We can actually add my 200s back in here. But let's just turn some of these off real quick. Let's just turn some of them off. Which one do I want to keep? Turn this one to the 1 week. Turn this one to the 1 day. Bam. And there you have it, my boy. I'll make sure. Let's turn. Okay. Bam. Am I missing? 200. Oh yeah, I don't know why that one's colored like that. Let's make that. That's weird. Okay. So now you see, we are approaching that 200 moving average up there. Let's just turn the rest of these off instead of that one. Bam. All right. We're approaching this 200 moving average right here. And that lines up with this. So you're not quite there. We're approaching it though. So what I would do is I would set an alert. Because this is the thing. It doesn't always perfectly touch your moving averages. It sometimes get close to it. Sometimes it don't. So it's just kind of like a waiting game to wait for confirmation. That's why you got the system, you know. So you just wait it out. And you can also take it a step further and say, let's see, set that at the high point, set that at the current low, and now you see what's going on. If we come back up here to this moving average, that'll be the high value area, meaning it's valued high. So at 48.80, that's a high value area. You looking to either sell off from that area, or you're gonna break it and come back and retest. In that case, we'll be above the 200 moving average, meaning it's probably more than likely gonna be looking for an upward move, because we've been on a downtrend for a minute. So you see we had some fear down here at the bottom, got rejected to the upside, and we came up and touched that trend line again. Came down. We haven't had any fear, but we did have greed right here at the top, and got rejected hard for days. That's one more thing I say. Keep an eye on fear and greed on like any time chart you wanna trade on. Fear and greed is a really good indicator, especially for like swing trades. Just make sure you get your confirmations. Just don't trade off of fear and greed, because sometimes fear and greed can be wrong. Like here, of course, you had an okay pullback if you held it for enough days, but it wasn't enough for it to be worth it. You just got to know your overall trend. So go back here. That's something I could possibly keep my eye on for a swing trade. Now, when you're looking for swing trades, you don't always look to say, I'm gonna enter today because I'm looking today. Like, no, it's a waiting game more often than not. So 98% of trading is waiting. That's just what I've learned. I don't know what Crown Castle is. Don't even care to look at it. Church and Dwight, don't even care to look at it. CME Group, I know what that is. That's a music thing. Okay, and they are below the 200 moving average. When I'm looking, I want it to be a little closer to the 200 moving average, because that's normally, those are like the safer plays, especially when you're doing swings. Dale, we all know who Dale is. There we go. Dale is close to your 200 moving average. And what you want to do, you want to just keep a note. Keep one of these whiteboards. Write down what swing trades you're looking for. Write down the ticker and just keep it somewhere so you know to come back and look at it later. So type in Dell Technologies, and bam, we're close to that 200 moving average. Type down Dell. You got, boom, write it down. So why am I looking at Dell? Okay, let's go back. For one, you see that 200 moving average right there, super close to it. That's what I like to see. You set your high and your low values. Let's see what's going on. Boom, again, we're approaching that high value area right here with that 200 moving average. I'm waiting for a rejection, right? So you got both of these are green. Don't want to enter just yet, because ultimately, if we're on a downtrend, you catch it on a downward slope, then you in a good position anyway. So you should be okay. Just hold out. Dale, that's a good one to look at, right? And if y'all catch if y'all catch the move from watching this video, leave a comment. Let me know if this helped you catch any of these, because I may play these, I may not. But if y'all play them, definitely let me know. And if y'all want to keep up, if y'all want to keep up with if I actually take these plays, then join the Discord. Links in the description somewhere. Because 9 times out of 10, if I take them, I'm going to post them in there anyway. So, boom, we moving on from Dale. We seeing what we want. I like it. So, moving on. Where else? eBay. I love eBay. eBay is a super, super easy stock to trade. Let's go. Global Payments. Don't know who you are. Micron Technologies. I normally trade tech. I'm a tech trader. So, I mean, that's mostly because, like, that's the industry that I know. So, I'm going to just open up a couple of these real quick that I know. And Tyson Foods. I know Tyson Foods. We're just going to kind of Move it around a little bit. Verizon. And that's it. After that, boom, move to mega caps. Of course, Meta's below the 200. I get so happy when I see Meta not doing good. I don't know why. I just get happy to see that. They ban me every time I say something on Facebook. That's why, probably. Okay, so now we got those ones open. So now let's move this to a different tab. Boom. And now we're going to price above the 200. That's optionable. And that's overbought. Oh no, oversold. There we go. Oversold over 40. Don't know any of those guys. All right. We're going to move oversold over 30. CI. I know you. Let's open you up. Then we're going to go oversold over 20. So keep it oversold over 40. Cool. Not many, right? So let's move on. Oh, we didn't do mid cap. Okay, anybody here that I know? Nope, not really. Let's go mega cap, which I highly doubt. Perfect. So we don't even need to bother. Well, wait, Cigna. Cigna is not looking bad, actually. It's almost at this support area right here at 294. So I'll write Cigna down. Let me go CI. Let's go open up Cigna. So the recent low, you just gotta kind of play around with these when you get these kind of. It's a recent low. It's almost at that low value. The low value is almost perfectly lined up with these areas down here. So yeah, about 294. I say just to play it safe, 295. That's where I would put it. So write down CI and then put 295. And you can even, if you got TradingView, you can make alerts. So I personally just like to write stuff down so I can remember. Because sometimes, I don't know what's up with TradingView. Sometimes my TradingView doesn't trigger my alerts. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. It's just kind of wonky like that. I said wonky. Wonky or finicky, both. They wonky. Write this down. I like Cigna. It's going, it's in an uptrend. And it'll be a good hedge for any of my other positions that I take, which this was a huge dive. Now, does that mean you take it right at the 200? No, because it could break the 200, and now you gotta wait to see, okay, what's happening, because right here, after it broke this first 200 right here, would have been the perfect spot to enter, because you got two of your trends telling you that we're going down, and you got two of your indicators giving you an entry. So you could have held it for like 3 days, made an easy profit on that. Just super simple. We also got earnings coming up for Cigna. That's interesting. I think that's next week. Oh no, that's in February. February 3rd, top of February, you got earnings. So Cigna, you might want to put a star by that. Boom. Because earnings could be a big play for that. So let's move on to eBay. You got eBay. And this is literally just like the steps that I take when I'm looking. Ooh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. See that right here? This is what I look for. Bam. That's it. That's the one. So you write down eBay. Right? And then you put a star beside eBay. That's great. If it gets rejected right here and we fall below $45, take a look at the, oh, my bad. Take a look at that previous low to the previous high. We're above this high value. You got POC right about here. So you could really just ride this right back down to POC 9 times out of 10. That's where it's headed, to 39.90. I just sell off at 40, honestly. Sell off at $40. A little bit before that, maybe even like $40.16. If it ends up breaking, so by the time it get down here, if it reaches that point, you have to break your probability bar and you have to break this 200 right here. So you have now all 3 signals of a downtrend. You might as well hold it at that point. But if you want to just take your profits and take your profits, just make a new entry. But you want to wait for at least one of these signals to give you a go. So I don't use my RSI, my stochastic on this, just because stochastic RSI is just, I don't like it on the day chart. I'll show you why. It's just not for me on a day chart, honestly. But if you want to, that's fine. I'll just leave it up so y'all can see it. I don't know, I just don't like it for the day chart. But okay, eBay is a great play. eBay looks beautiful. So now we're going to Micron, MU. Mind you, these are swing trades, not day trades. So when you're looking for swing trades, it's kind of the process you got to go through, like overnight. You got to wait for like what's going to happen, where the entry signals coming from, and so on and so forth. So we got a strong support about where we are right here for Micron. Just about. So let's draw that in. That way we can come back to it and we know what we're looking at. Right? So this is about the support area that I'm looking at, about right here. Give or take around that area. So now I know what I'm looking for. If we break that, I'm coming up here. And if we get rejected from here, I'm selling it right before we hit resistance. If we break through it, then I'll wait for a retest to this. If we don't retest, then oh well, so be it. But their earnings did not go great. But you had fear, and you pumped, and you even gap. You had a huge gap on Micron. That's crazy. Okay, moving forward. That's why I say, man, if y'all using my system, pay attention to the fear and greed. Those are like the top and bottoms. Like they'll give you top and bottoms a lot. Not to say you want to catch those, because again, those catching tops and bottoms is like a lottery. Like you don't want to just like move like that. You want to wait for your confirmations. Like here, this is a lot of false greed, because it was such a strong uptrend. It's gonna tell you, hey, people are getting greedy, but it's such a strong uptrend, like with no relief at all. That's when you start to see greed just kind of run with the price like that. Get your first sell off, and then you continue up again without greed, because like you had that release, and then you continue. So a lot of the times when you see greed on an uptrend like that, if it's just like trailing, like a trailing uptrend, then you want to wait for your first pullback. Like boom, you come here, get a pullback, cross back above that line, and then bam, you good to go. Even right here, I would have honestly, I probably would have like averaged in right here to see, okay, wait, did it boom? Okay, as soon as I see that we gapped up and ran up that day, I would have entered in right here on average and just ran it back up. So you got Micron. What is this? New mount. I did not mean to click on this. I don't know who you are. Not even gonna waste my time. But it does look decent. Maybe this was God telling me to look at it. NEM. So if it looked good for me to enter, just off of a lark, what am I doing? I'm gonna start. Don't look bad. So what I'm gonna do over the weekend is do some research over this company, because I don't know who you are. So NEM. That's what it takes. Because now you gotta actually, like, and by research I mean study how this specific stock reacts to my system, and also go read up on financial news that was given about this company at any point in time. Easy way to do that: click on this little lightning bolt right here, bam, and it'll give you some articles about this specific stock. Trading views, beautiful. And if you have Webull, which if you don't got Webull, in the link below I will have a link where if you sign up, you get free stock and I get free stock. So if you ain't got Webull, definitely sign up for Webull, because they have something similar to this, where each stock every day they'll have a little a post-it note beside the name of the stock, and it'll give you like news, and you don't have to read it like this. They read it for you, for people who don't like to read. Just something that's gonna help. So moving on, NEM. I'll do some more research on that. You got Sony. Sony looks great. Another one right here. What I'm saying? Wait for it to load. Bam, touching it right there. Sony is great. This is probably gonna be one of the best plays you make, because we in a squeeze right now. So as soon as you figure out what direction it's gonna break, you want it to break, retest, and then you buy in that same direction. Beautiful. Beautiful play. This is gonna be great. Seeing as though we in a downtrend though, if we get rejected, I'm going all in. So let's see this previous bottom right here and this previous top out right there. So now you can see what's going on here. We're in a safe space. If we fall to this area, this is what we call a ghost zone, where there was literally no volume in the previous trend. So now we're just looking to bounce off of this. Probably on Monday we'll probably be down on Sony. Probably be down on the whole market on Monday. But yeah, make notes. Whatever you feel like making a note on, just kind of write it down. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling when you're doing that, because it's gonna help you a lot when you go back to see, like, why was I looking at this? Oh yeah, in my notes I said it was touching the 200. I feel good about a put back to this number. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go back and redo your analysis, because you know you wrote it down. Tyson Foods, TSN. And one thing I've also noticed is, don't even want to bother looking at it. It's not good enough. One thing I've also noticed is that once you do this long enough, you'll start like memorizing stock tickers. I feel like a nerd, because I memorize a lot of this stuff for no reason. So Verizon is in a good position. We got greed approaching a 200 moving average. Probably one of the best plays you'll see. I said that about Sony, but this is beautiful setup. It's like almost too good to be true. That's what you want. I know y'all keep hearing me say that. Too good to be true. That's what you want. You want greed approaching that. You got VZ. Make note. Why was I looking at it? Greed plus 200 moving average. Y'all can be like, what? That sounds so barbaric. Yeah, but I know what it is. It's my notes. I don't care who else read my notes, and oh well. Okay, bam, here goes that previous high right here. Bam. So we just broke this high value area, and we right back close to this resistance. See, this last time we tried to pump here and we got rejected. We at that same level almost. And we got greed at that same level. Perfect. If we break that, then we got another resistance right here. Plus it's a low volume, high probability node right at that 200. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw a line, because I like those. I like to see those. And this one right here. Bam. And then we looking for take profit right down here at 36.73. And then you can also go in and do a little more to say, okay, the price that I'm at versus the price that I want to get to, how long did it take me to get there? And then you can say, okay, so I'm gonna buy a contract this far out because I know it took this long to get there. Give it some slack. So if it took 2 weeks, buy a contract out for a month. And, you know, give it some slack. Give it some time to actually accumulate on price. And, yeah, that's it. I know y'all didn't see me do the last one, Meta, but it's all good. That's it for today. Hopefully, y'all learned something. If you liked it, leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, ring that bell so you can get notified when I post these every time, because I'm trying to teach the world. This is the way I teach the world. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all come back here again on, when is it, lady?
Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
There we go. That's my disembodied voice, y'all. I know if y'all rich, y'all would have one too. But what happens is y'all gonna come back here and y'all gonna click that link in the description to join the Discord as well. Because why not, bro? You want to make money. You see, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing all of the stuff for you. I post all of this stuff in my Discord. I'm finna screenshot it and post it right now in my Discord. And also follow me on TradingView. Y'all got a TradingView because I'll sometimes post stuff on there too. If you can't afford to get in the Discord right now, hop on TradingView. I'll post ideas up there sometimes, you know, depending on how I'm feeling. So yeah, remember, man, make it work, and do your research before you do anything, because if you don't, you have a way higher likelihood of losing your money. At that point, it's gambling. And I'm not into gambling. I like high probability trades. So that's all for me, man. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. Peace, love, and all the above.